18 people have been killed after a plane crashed during takeoff in Nepal. The only survivor was the pilot, who has been taken to hospital with injuries to his eyes. A local doctor said he is not in a critical condition. The Surya Airlines plane was heading from Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu, which is the main airport in Nepal for international and domestic flights, to the resort town of Pokhara. But it slipped off the runway during takeoff and caught fire.
Gathered at the site of the tragedy, crowds of locals could only look on in anguish as rescuers desperately tried to search for survivors. Digging with shovels or their bare hands, they were putting their own lives at risk. Earlier in the day, rescue efforts had taken a turn for the worse after locals who rushed to help were buried by a second landslide. Over 200 people were killed, making it the deadliest landslide in the country's history.
Scenes of destruction following an Israeli drone strike in the West Bank city of Tulkarem. The strike targeted two senior terror operatives, Ashraf Nafeh, the head of Hamas in Tulkarem, and Mohammed Abu Abdo, the head of Fatah-linked Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigades in the same city. The IDF says that Nafeh was responsible for preparing and planting explosive devices to be detonated against Israeli troops, as well as being involved in recruiting Hamas operatives. While Abu Abdo was involved in shooting attacks and raising money for the terror activities in Tulkarem. The joint counter-terror operation carried out by the IDF, Shin Bet, and Israeli border police used a ruse to draw the terrorists to an open area where they could be targeted by the strike.
Russia claims its forces have shot down 21 Ukrainian drones over occupied Crimea and the Black Sea, as residents in the northern part of the territory report hearing explosions. The region's governor says the drones were attacking a ferry at the port of Kavkaz in the Kerch Strait, although this has not been verified. The ferry crossing is a key connection between the occupied peninsula and mainland Russia.
U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle resigned on Tuesday over security failures surrounding an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. In her resignation letter, Cheatle, who had led the service since 2022, says she made the decision with a heavy heart and that she takes full responsibility for the security lapse. Cheatle faced calls from both Democrats and Republicans to resign after appearing before a House of Representatives Oversight Committee hearing on Monday, where she refused to answer questions about the shooting at Trump's outdoor campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, frustrating the lawmakers.
In the Philippines, Typhoon Gaimi brought Manila to a standstill on Wednesday as heavy rains triggered severe flooding and landslides. Regional authorities have cancelled most work in government offices and shut schools. Gaimi merged with another tropical storm last week in the south, leaving 7 people dead. Well, the storm is now heading towards Taiwan, where 21 cities and counties have already announced school and office closures.
Australia's athletes are arriving in Paris proudly wearing green and gold, but they're being warned against appearing in team uniform if they venture outside the team village after violent incidents in the past 2 days. 2 Channel 9 tech workers were assaulted during an attempted robbery in the northeastern suburbs of Paris, but escaped injury. And police are investigating claims that an Australian woman was raped by 5 men 24 hours earlier in the French capital.